What is going on YouTube right now? Excuse me, right now I'm in the capital. Just making a short video on how to live cheap if you want to. Um, just to give you a heads up, if you were to come in and you needed to stay somewhere really super cheap, like you could head into Xela, Guatemala, and you could get a weekly apartment, shared bath for 200 Q, which is about 26 bucks a week. So if you do the math, it's a little over 100. If you want a private bath with really super hot water, that will set you back about 300 Q, which is about 50% more, so closer to 45, 50 bucks. Actually, it's less than 50 bucks. Now, the hotel in Xela, Guatemala is Casa Argentina. Now, Casa Argentina somewhat has a bad rap, but it's actually not really a bad place to stay if you want a cheap place to land. And their internet sucks, so what you can do is for about 120 or $125, you can go in to Claro or Tigo, and you can buy this little gizmo. I forget what they're called, but you can get them in the U.S. and you basically carry your Wi-Fi wherever you go. My folks have one, and it works really well. You can get different packages. So what I would suggest is a $25 a month one. You can't necessarily find that online, but if you go in there and you talk to them, you can get quite a few gigs of data for uploading and downloading. It'll last about a month. You can also increase that too if you want, but for average people, it works pretty well. You can make phone calls on that. You can do Skype consulting, trading, all that kind of stuff. Now, another option, if you don't like Xela, is in Coban. There's a hotel in Coban. I forget the name of it right now. It's basically 30 Q a day, which is about $4, and 35, 40, 45 Q if you want a private bath. Now the thing about that hotel is even much nicer. It doesn't really have really hot water, but the shared bath is really nice. Private bath is really nice. The rooms are really huge. If you get a room for $5 or $6. Now, as you can see, for $5 a night, 30, that's 150 a month. And then you'd already have your Wi-Fi set up. They don't have Wi-Fi there, but there's these really small hotels that are really nice. Get them for like $5 or less a night. A lot of times they have private bath included in that amount. Now, for the $4 room there, it's this is not a private bath, but usually the hotel's not full and there's not many people in it. It's a really huge hotel and it's really, really quiet. That's what I like about it. Then outside the rooms they have like a writing desk. There's not a lot of internet. There's no real internet there, so you'd have to bring your own. That's what I would do. So what's cool about that idea is that you just take your internet with you, and you just go to wherever you want to live. You can even rent apartments that way. But what's cool about this is if you don't want to put up deposits, you don't want to, well, you don't really need references here. Well, in some cases you need references here, but you don't want to sign a contract. You just want to roll into town, spend less than 200 a month. And what it will cost you for food is anywhere from $3 to $5 a meal. You can spend up to $10 to $20 a meal, but for $5, that's like 15 bucks a day. And then, a beer will set you back $2 or $3. It just depends how you want to live, but you could, live on 500 or 600 actually fairly easy. If you're frugal, if you have a simple, what I call a simple lifestyle. If your lifestyle is in bars every night, then $600 probably won't cut it. I mean, it might, but I don't know your situation, but if you just want to roll into town, and this to be perfect for someone who consults online or teaches English online, this is also good for people who trade like me. You can just pick up and go wherever you want. And then when you find a really nice apartment, you can just do that, rent the apartment. The only thing bad about the apartment is if they're unfurnished, you'll have to spend a little money furnishing that up. So that's one thing I like about these really, really cheap apartments. So if you want to learn to live really cheap, you just go to places like Casa Argentina, and the one in Coban, I forget the name of it. But it's in the guidebook. It's really super cheap. In fact, the price they have in the guidebook is actually quite a bit higher than what it actually is. But anyways, there's a lot of these hotels, and then not only that, there's a lot of these hotels like in Mexico, especially Mexico. You can get like in Mexico City for $7.50 to $12, hotels with a private bath all over the city. You can't always get a discount for staying a month or anything, but that's still not bad. And most of these hotels have pretty good internet, anyways. But it's kind of a cool thing if you like Mexico City, but also too in like El Salvador, Honduras. Honduras is a good example where like if you go into Copan, you can get a hotel for like $7-8 private bath. Like I said, well the internet's okay, but it's not the best. But the bad thing about these hotels is you don't have a lot of privacy. If you have your own apartment, you can bring whoever you want in and things like that. So like if you want to share expenses or something. So that's kind of the downside. And people, see you coming and going and what you're doing. So that's not so good. But if you're just looking for a cheap place to stay, you want to crash somewhere for a couple months for under $200 a month. Guatemala, Mexico can be. Well, Mexico's kind of on the edge of that, but southern Mexico you can definitely for sure. You can even stay on the beach pretty cheap if you're in like Oaxaca. Anyways, just want to share this video. Like if you want to come and live really cheap, just get a hotel in some of these smaller communities and get your own Wi-Fi. It's now easy to do. It's cheap. It's 125 for the Gizmo, and then like $25 a month. It can be up to $50 if you use a lot of gigs. But you'd have to use a lot of gigs past $25 for that, anyways. At least for me, anyways. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that. Like, share, subscribe, and if you can't leave a comment, tell me what you think. Thanks.